Hello, cats and kittens. It is June 12th of 2020, if I'm checking correctly, and it is a Friday night at 10 o'clock. You know what that means? It is time for the Magic Minute live stream. If this is your first time on the stream, thanks so much for being here. I'm a professional magician, and I just talk about magic stuff on this channel. So if that sounds cool, consider hitting the subscribe button. You know you want to. Go ahead, do it. All the cool kids are doing it. I'm looking forward to tonight's live stream. Woohoo! Coming up. All right, so I have been sitting here for 15 minutes going, okay, it's almost time for the live stream, and now it's the live stream. You know, guys, I get the same feeling before I start a live stream as I do before I walk out on stage. I get that excited nervousness feeling, and I'm just like, you know, I'm ready to go. Okay, come on, coach, put me in there. I could do it, you know. I feel like that every single time, and that's a wonderful feeling. It makes me feel like I'm outperforming shows, and man, I miss that. I'm so excited tonight. I have a good group of people already here joined us, and I know that more are coming. There's some more people who said they were going to show up tonight, so it's going to be a great group of people here tonight. So excited. Little tip, I have to thank it from the last live stream that we did. I did not know you could use the @ symbol, use @ the Magic Minute to post a question to me. But if you do that, if you want to ask me a question directly, and you're hoping for a response, the best way to do that is to use @ the Magic Minute. That way, your comment is highlighted, and I can see it out of this big stream of stuff. I go back and watch some of these streams long afterwards, and I go, what is he? He's just staring at the thing, and he's not talking to anybody, and I really want to keep the flow going and not just spend the whole time reading this thing. So if you want to say something or ask me something directly, bring something to my attention, please use that @ symbol, okay? Tell you, we got that bloody chat bot going again, so I'm still fine-tuning it. Hopefully I'll get it there. It would be really helpful to be able to free up my moderators so that they can do more important things, and I'm hoping I can make it work. But if it gets to be a pain in the butt, I might have to turn it off again. Just trying to dial it in, guys. Just trying to dial it in. Let's see, where do we go? Don's here. What's up, Don? How you doing? Howdy, howdy, howdy. We got Justin's here. AMS is here. AMS Magician's here. Right on. @ the Magic Minute. This is a demonstration. You know, for some reason, it's not highlighting, Justin, whenever you're doing that. I'm not sure why. That's the right thing to do, I think. But for some reason, you're not highlighted. Maybe that has something to do with the fact that you're a moderator, because I already get to see your little wrench by your thing, and it's very easy to see your messages because they're all blue and, whatever. Don's here, right on. Okay, so, yes, what are we talking about tonight? Well, a couple things, some housekeeping stuff. What do you guys think about yesterday's video? I always want to get some feedback on the day's previous video. If you've seen it, I always want to get some feedback on what you guys like, what you didn't like, what you thought about Thursday's video. That's one of the reasons I originally started doing these live streams on Friday, so that we had something to talk about. Kind of like the dinner and the movie thing. That's the wrong order. That's the wrong order to go see things. So you go see a movie first, and then you go to dinner. And the reason you do that is because if you have nothing else to talk about, nothing else in common, at least you can talk about that movie. So that's kind of what I tried to set up with this, was that, hey, if nothing else, we could chat about what the last Thursday's video was like. So love to hear you guys' thoughts. I am working very hard on increasing my video quality to try to get everything as juicy and good looking as possible. I think you guys deserve the very best. And I can't provide the very best, but I'm learning every day, and slowly but surely I will get there. Case in point, this live stream video, which I think is, heads and shoulders above what I had before. Even though what I had before was industry leading for webcams, this just beats the crap out of it, I think. Bernardo is here. What's up? Feel the burn. Burn. Right on. We got a whole... I love this. If you guys don't know, a lot of you are already a part of it, and you know already. But if you don't know, I have a Facebook fan page dedicated just to the Magic Minute. It's where we can all get together chat about either stuff that you saw on the show or things that you like, ideas you have for things, or helping each other out, each posting your own content. Maybe it's hey, help me out with this double lift or whatever it is. And you can go over there and do that. A lot of people who have a Patreon, myself included, what they do is they'll end up making a private Facebook group where you have to pay for access. I decided that I was going to have at least always a free open option that people could interact with one another and help build a community. Down the line, might I have like a private access one? Maybe, but right now, but I will always have the free one. I always have that up. And so take advantage of it. There's a lot of really great stuff there. I'm really trying to build that out slowly but surely. We are getting people to join the Facebook page. It is so hard to move people from one platform to another and have them go through all the steps of actually clicking a link. But hopefully we're going to get there. I just want to see this community grow and have everybody help each other, because we, collectively, all of our brains together are far more powerful than any of ours alone. In the world of me, this is kind of a non sequitur here, but does anybody drink this? It's called Bubbly. It's put out by PepsiCo, and it's not sponsored. But I'll tell you, during this whole pandemic thing where everything's been closed and I'm not going out anywhere really, unless it's the grocery store. I used to walk a lot, doing walk around shows and stuff. You'd walk a couple miles a night, doing walk around magic. But I have not had that kind of exercise. The most I've had is like holding a baby in one arm. And I've started to gain a little bit of weight here. So I decided it was that time. I've been wanting to cut out soda from my diet for a very long time, and seeing the scale ever inch higher and higher has finally told me, maybe you could just cut out soda. Maybe you could just cut that out. Do you really need it? No. Is it great for your teeth? No. You're getting older? Yeah. Do you need to take better care of your teeth? Yeah. Do you need to watch your weight? Yeah. So, I am now drinking flavored sparkling water. There's nothing in this. It basically tastes, there's like a hint of cherry. But it is also much more delicious than the mint cucumber stuff. I was like, mint cucumber, that might be good. I like mint. I like cucumber. You put them together, it does not make a very good drink. So the cherry it is. Those other ones are good. I'm going to give them away to a friend or something. It's all right. It doesn't feel like, it's not as well rounded of a flavor. You get the cherry, but none of the sweetness from a cherry, so it's kind of weird. But whatever. I want to see if you guys have a question for me, which I think there probably are some questions there. I'm seeing something about the Android app, or about the mind reading thing. So if you guys could please use the @ symbol for me, that would be really helpful, at the Magic Minute, and then that way I can see your questions. Otherwise, I'll just be spending the whole live stream doing this, and that's just, nobody wants to see that. That's not fun. That's not interesting. What else are we talking about tonight? I want to know what you think about the app. Or the phone mind reading thing. I knew I knew more than a couple people were going to be pissed off that I didn't have some kind of Android solution, but I have not used an Android phone since the Galaxy S4, to give you an idea. That was the last time I had a Galaxy phone, was the Galaxy S4, or an Android-based phone. So I don't know what even Android looks like anymore, the interface or anything. And so I couldn't, and I don't have access to anybody who does. So it was I was like, okay, well, they'll put this out for iPhone people. Maybe, the technique, or at least understanding the idea or the thinking behind using it on an iPhone, maybe people could figure out how to do it with their Android phones. I don't know. It seems like some people are not having a good time with that. Let's catch up. I want to make sure I'm not missing out on y'all, because I think some people are going or talking to me, but I'm missing all of it. Let's do this. Sup, Don? Yo, I wish there was a meme thumbnail. Oh well. Yeah, me too. I fell behind today. Very busy day. I barely made it. I said it, I had about 15 minutes sitting here just waiting for the live stream to start, but right before that, you got to put a baby to bed, you got to do, all the things. And so there's a lot of stuff that happens, a lot of frenzied activity that happens right before I get to sit down for these. And then I had the joyful experience of not having my camera work correctly. I'm still on beta software, and it was not connecting to my computer, which is a regular problem. And I'm not sure what I do to get it to work, but eventually, with enough poking at it, it finally decides that it's going to do what it's going to do. But yeah, so I did not have time to do a meme thing today. Maybe later on, whenever I have some time, I'll put a new meme up for that, for the thing. Because I think that'll be fun. I think that's fun. Why not? Get to express your creativity. Let's see. Here we go. Actually, AMS says, "Oh no, I only watched last week's public access cringe video, not yesterday's yet." That's cool, man. Whatever. It's fine. It's not like I have feelings or anything. No, yeah. Hey, well, I'd be curious whenever you do take a look at it. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. I'd like your thoughts. Man, I'm not getting any of this stuff. Never been into mentalism, just really into cards. I'm kidding, I actually kind of hate the center tear. Yeah, thing is, the center tear is really great when you have no other way to do anything, like to be able to do impromptu mentalism. It's something you definitely should know and know how to do well. My favorite center tear is a T-Rex by Rand Pink. That's actually a really good center tear, a really good one. All the movements are motivated and everything. You get a good solid peek at what you're looking at. It's really good. But yeah, center tears they're not my favorite. They're not my favorite way to go if I can avoid it. So I thought the phone way was cool. It's a nice modern way. Everybody's got their phone out. Not everybody always has a piece of paper and a pen anymore, but we all have our phones. So I thought that was going to be something useful for people. Cold Diamond says, I think if a trick is supposed to be you're thinking of something, I'm supposed to read your mind, and as a word you need to have them write it down, the spectator will interpret it as either they don't trust me not to screw it up, or write it down so they know I'm big. Hey, no, I want to address that. Can we address that, guys? Okay. Let's address that. Cold Diamond, the Magic Rogue! Here's the thing. Think about this a different way. Yes, I understand you're thinking that if you go, if he's supposed to be a mind reader, why is he having me write it down? There's a solution for that. Have more than one person there that you're performing for. Because now what you're doing is you're saying, hey, so I'm a mind reader, but your friend probably isn't. So I could hear if you whisper what it is or whatever. So what I want you to do is I want you to draw it or write it down to show your friend what you're thinking of so they can be in on the fun too. But don't show me. That's how you handle that. And that's a perfectly logical, reasonable reason to have somebody write down or draw some information, is to let other people who are not mind readers in on the trick. Because if you have a group of, more than one person, and you go, were you thinking of a dolphin? Then there's a couple things that can happen there. One, they could have been thinking of a dolphin and then change their mind and make you look stupid. So they have to kind of commit to something. And then also it allows other people to, oh my gosh, he said, they can all react at the same time. They don't have to wait to see the other person's reaction and then figure out if the mentalist was correct. So there is a good reason to do it. And if I could really read minds, I would do it that way anyway, just for dramatic effect. So I think that it works really well. I think that's the excuse or reasoning for that. If it's for one person, it doesn't really make as much sense. But you can still get away with it. You just flub it. And yeah, if people go, oh, well, whatever. But Bob Cassidy has some really interesting thinking on that whole idea or that use of that principle. So if you're not familiar with Bob Cassidy, I would definitely go take a look at some of his work. He knew what he was talking about. He knows what he's talking about, but he's since passed on. But he's very, very smart guy. Um, let's see. The best type of mentalism is called cold reading. Warm reading is better. If you can do a little bit of cold reading, but put in some facts you know for sure and kind of build around it, that's I think even stronger. You know, I would do stuff where we're talking about peaks and stuff. Plenty of times, you know, you had an impression pad or something, and I had like a piece of information or a little bit of information, and I would start to kind of infer or ask questions, and then go, well, that's interesting because that, why does such and such, why am I getting that? And then they can put the pieces together for you, but also the rest of the audience, and it all go, oh, he guessed all these things that were, and then all the things you said before are can be threaded back together or whatever. So I like warm reading. I think warm reading is a little bit stronger if you can do that. Cold reading is it's just hit or miss, and you don't really have you're just kind of hunting in the dark. Poor Alan looks back at chat and sees 100 plus messages. Yeah. Yeah, I am looking at 100 plus messages. Cold Lemon says, I just got ninth place in a magic contest with that Jay was a judge and my trick was an original with turnover. I beat out almost 1,000 other people. Congratulations. That's excellent. Great job. All right. I'll do, can I do a celebration noise or something? No, I can't. Ah, dang it. Anyway, congratulations. That's really great. Well done. Well done. See, my group of subscribers are the best. They're the coolest. They're the coolest on the YouTubes. Do not use that. Bing. All right. So we are already, geez, how far in? We're already 17 minutes already into the stream, and we haven't even really gotten going on anything. So what have I been? What have I been doing? Well, I'm still waiting to hear from Kevin. I don't want to put him on blast. I know he's on the other side of the world and he's got things going on, and he's put together that. If you don't know, he's doing an online magic tournament, which is pretty cool. It's a great idea. I like it a lot. I believe Justin is entering it. Found that out through the Facebook fan page. So good luck to you, Justin. And you know, but I'm waiting to hear back from him because I would like to. I'd like to get working on that that thing. So we were having a little bit of a hang up on a thing. On what each of us is doing, so that was the last I talked to him. So we'll find out, and hopefully soon, and we can start working on that because I'm eager to work on it. I want to spend a lot of time on it and get it really, really fancy, looking really good. I hope you guys like Thursday's video. Patrons already got to see it. If you're a patron, you get access to the videos as soon as I'm done editing them. You don't have to wait till Thursday at noon to watch them. You can, as soon as I export them from my video editor and upload them, you get to see them even before I get a thumbnail or description or any of that stuff up. Like, people get to see them like right away, and they also get behind the scenes stuff on some of those episodes, so show notes and lists and that kind of stuff. So never a better time to become a patron. Just saying, it's pretty awesome. Just saying. But who else we got in here? We got Cedric Lancy. What up, Cedric? Cedric Lancy. Cedric Lancy is the man. Cedric Lancy has a tan. Cedric Lancy never has long nose hairs. They always grow in perfectly the right length. Well, AMS Magician, I'm going to let you show your thing because I understand your question, or I understand your feelings. I understand your anger. I understand it. Please, at the magic minute to ask questions or leave a comment directly to Alan. Yes, that would be super helpful. Thank you very much. I need to read out loud. My Kickstarter is up. Hey, I just read it out loud. Cedric Lancy's Kickstarter is up. Go check it out. Hey, Ced, can you give me a link for that? I want to make sure that I put you guys on blast. Cedric was working with Will on these guys. On these. Ah, yes, the sugar gliders. Uh-huh. Some of you guys might have caught my review on these. I think they're awesome. Love them. They sit here on my desk permanently. I'm always using them. Always playing around with them. Oh, what's up? Sugar gliders. Shameless plug for my friend. Not sponsored. This was a review copy, but I've already done my stuff on that. So this is just to let you guys know. These things are thebomb.com. If you want a pack of them yourselves, go check out wherever Seti is doing his thing. I would really like if you shared that. I know you can go to Sugar Gliders on Instagram and you can find them, and you definitely should. These are, if you have any interest in this at all, these are super cool. Yeah, love you, said. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit, brother. Go check out his Kickstarter. He's a good dude, and you should go check out his stuff. What should I talk about? Well, I want to tell you guys about this. This is something that's exciting. There's a reason these are on my desk. I always have these pretty close by, including some other ones that are sitting back there in the background on my nightstand there. But this is, I'll give you a hint. This is kind of what we're talking about in next Thursday's video. That's all I'll give you. But it should be a good one. I know, Gildus, if you're watching this, I know you are. Probably not real time, but later you'll pop in and you'll watch it over the weekend or something. Gildus, I am fulfilling a request that you made to me months ago. Just know that. I heard you. I'm listening. I'm absorbing. I am processing. And I am acting upon the things whenever I think it is the right time, that I have the skill set or the will, the creative juices to do said thing. Also, I'm working on another review right now. I've got a review copy of a magic pamphlet on something really cool, and I'm working currently on that review. So that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks, sometime soon. Hopefully sooner than later. But sometimes I just have to react to what's happening in the magic world or where my creative juices are flowing that day and just work with that. So, but it should be the next couple of weeks. What do we got? Alan, I am a full-time move monkey. Have you just about mastered clip shifter? I'm getting the hang up of slip shifts. I'm just hard. Yeah, I'm not doing clip shift. I was playing with it. Slip shift, clip shift. First, second, third shift, graveyard shift, shifty eyes. Yeah, I'm not. I can't bring myself to put the hours and effort in for that. Like, I don't see where I'm ever going to use it. Can't see where I'm ever going to use it. I love you, Justin, but nah, I don't think. I'm not going to do it. I'm not that bored. I found out I'm not that bored. Person, show me a magic trick. Cardist, what is that? A personal attack or something? Well, it's the same thing. Like, it's like, I used to feel that way too. I used to feel like, well, what do you mean that you're a cardist? What is that? What's XCM? What's this? Isn't that just you flourishing, doing card flourishes? Like, isn't that like what card magicians do? But no, it's really evolved into its own thing. It really is its own form of like contact juggling is what it is. You've seen like Michael Motion, like David Bowie with the pouch. I'm not gonna say, I almost stood up and modeled it for you, but that would be demonetized. But it's contact juggling is what it is, and so it's its own craft now. It's evolved from, yes, it started probably with a lot of magicians who were really interested in but it's really grown into its own thing. And so it really does make sense for cardists to have their own tools, and these are fabulous ones. So I've done a 180 on that. I used to go, oh, what's cardistry, but really over the last I don't know 5 or 6 years of seeing how it's grown and evolved and really become its own thing, and it is a beautiful, it's kinetic poetry. It's beautiful stuff. It's like dance. I dig it. I can't do half the things. I can do some traditional magic flourishes, some some invented, some or whatever. But that fancier stuff, I'll just way over my head now. But beautiful stuff. Coal Diamond. I think I might enter Kevin's contest. I might enter Kevin's contest. It sounds like fun. I don't think it would be appropriate for me to, but I think, but it'd be fun. I don't know. I'm jealous now because I'm kind of put myself in this position where I can't really do that kind of stuff now, and it's kind of like, it wouldn't be fair to be doing a collaboration with him and then be in his contest, because what if I won or placed or something? It doesn't seem fair or right. It seems sneaky or underhanded or not ethical. So that sucks, because I was like, that's a cool idea. I like that a lot. I wanted to do a thing on my channel where people would send in their video clips of them working on a thing, and then I could coach. People send in clips. Hey, Alan, working on such and such. How's my one-handed top palm? Oh, hey, well, it looks like you're flashing right there. Maybe if you adjust your pinky just and do that kind of thing, and be able to do little quick workshops with people. And I thought that would be cool. But I don't know. I tried doing that a little while back, and there wasn't a huge reception of that. Maybe I'll try it again sometime. I know Justin would enter, but I gotta have more than just that. Oh, let's see. I was watching Stargirl the other day. It was Stargirl. Maybe I'm old. I don't know what Stargirl is. Cardistry is great with the gliders. These things are wonderful. I love I like these guys. They don't ever wear out. The thing is, I got a whole bunch of decks of cards on my desk here, and they before you know it, they start clumping up and getting soggy or floppy feeling, and they don't have the snap that they used to, and they just kind of turn into sticky mush. I hate that, and I have to go through, I go through decks of cards, just my fiddle decks, just I play with them for a little while, a couple weeks, and I have to throw them away because they just become unusable. I can't do any nervous habit, whatever stuff with them. These are forever. These are forever. They're super durable. I'm not being paid for this, guys. I feel like you think I might be getting paid for this. I didn't know even Cedric was going to be on the thing tonight. But they just last forever. You can get them wet. You can use them as coasters if you wanted to. You can use them in the shower. You can use them at the pool. You can use them anywhere. Heat, humidity, nothing affects them. And they are just a joy to use. I really like them. The only thing, I mean, if I could change anything about them, I'd probably add maybe another, thin them out a little bit and add an extra one. So I had 5. Because I find myself wanting to do 5 faces of Sybil, and I can't do 5 faces of Sybil. I don't have enough packets for that. So, I mean, I can kind of do it, but anyway, there's some things I'd like to do that I don't have quite enough cards for. But besides that, these are great. They're great, and they're great for magicians because you can sit there and you can work on your, this is offhanded. Work on your one-handed shuffles or Charlier cuts, whatever. Build strength and dexterity in your other hand and confidence, so that if you go to a deck of cards, see, I can't shuffle one-hand shuffle with my right hand. But look, what's up, guys? What's up? Oh. Okay. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that they're good for training for magicians too. If you're trying to build dexterity in your other hand, or in both hands. Oh man, I've got Cedric. Well, maybe I can help you with that, man. So, something I've noticed is that for a little while I have not updated any of my designs on Teespring. I've got my classic shirt, but I want to add some more designs soon. What I'm thinking about doing is, because we have some really talented artists here on this channel. I know for a fact, Minnie, later when you watch this, I'm a big fan of your artwork. From what I've seen, it's all beautiful and awesome, and it's a style all your own. But something I'm thinking about doing is like trying to do a, limited edition runs done by other artists, not me, and paying, people for their artwork, or getting a commission from each sale of each shirt or something. And I think that would be really cool to do. And then you'd be able to like submit your own design, and then we could vote on them, and then have them printed or whatever, and have like that's the one for the month or something. I don't know, or maybe the winning the winning design gets a special prize pack from me or something. Gets a, I don't know. I think that'd be a thing. In fact, I think that will be a thing. That is a thing now. That's a thing. Yeah. If you can design, if you draw or design or anything, and you want to do a submission, we're gonna do that on the Facebook fan page. Guys, send your Magic Minute related artwork to the Facebook fan page. There's a link, I'm sure, somewhere that's been posted at some point by the bot. It's Facebook. Why do I say thefacebook.com? What am I? Like 100 years old. Facebook.com/The Magic Minute Official. Go there, submit your artwork, and the winning design will be made into a T-shirt, and you will get a special prize pack, big prize pack for the winning design. That's a thing. Go contest. We'll go continually. Let's do this as long as we have submissions. So we'll say like every month or something. So right now we'll start July. Whoever, the winning design by the end of July, you guys will get a T-shirt made, official T-shirt, and a prize pack. To be determined what's in the prize pack, but go do it. It'll be fun. I'd love to see that. I've been loving all the memes that have been made. I thought that was really fun. That was a fun exercise. If you guys don't know about it, I challenged the community to make some memes off of some silly pictures I took, and I thought that was really fun. I think I might do that again. You guys are into it. Cedric is making it now. All right. I do too, man. I'm looking at Cole. I'm looking at your Cole Diamond, the Magic Rogue. I also have a lot of respect for artists. I mean, it's so cool. Being in the position that we are as magicians, we really marry all of the other arts together. If you go see a large scale production magic show, you will see set design, you will see costuming, you will see dance, choreography, music, acting, mime, any other art, poetry, any other art can be blended into a beautiful magic show. And a magic show is only better when it marries those other arts together, and it celebrates, I think, all art. And that's what I really like about magic. Have you ever seen a magician do like some kind of like really beautiful, I'll give you an example. Liberty Larson. I think she's the great grandniece of the Larson family that owns the Magic Castle. Met Liberty about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and she had this really beautiful. She did a gypsy thread routine, but she had this beautiful poem that she sang along with the routine, and it was beautiful and haunting and absorbing. I mean, it's like gypsy thread, like, okay, we break the string, it goes back together, but by channeling it through this other art, really made it resonate in something beautiful and unforgettable. And I think there's a lesson there. I think we all need to be paying attention to that when we're working on our own routines or patter. We need to think about that kind of stuff. At the magic minute, I'll send you the trick I'm working on for Kevin's OMT. See if I can't change your mind on clip shift. No stealing ideas, Cole. The only thing is, The Last Jedi is a good movie. AMS, you were trying to shut this live stream down. I am no longer engaging in conversations on Star Wars. It is too sensitive a subject. I might as well be talking politics, which I'm not doing that either. That's not what this channel's for. Man, I am not bringing that up. Holy God, don't try to bait me here. I see what you're doing. You impish person, you. So, does anybody have any questions for me about last week's video, or just magic questions in general? Anything I can answer for you? Any kind of magic related question? Doesn't matter how silly or off topic it is. This is part of the thing I want to be able to do for you guys, is to help, impart wisdom, answer questions that you guys have, or whatever. The other thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about the what is it? The restaurant magic thing. I want to talk about the restaurant magic lecture. I want to talk about TAOM, and yes, so that's what I want to talk about. So the restaurant magic lecture, I do not have a date set for that yet. It's going to be sometime after July, I think. It just has to be that way, and the reason it has to be that way is because I just need enough time. And now that my daughter's here, it's just too hard to get any time to sit down and actually write the lecture notes and really schedule the things out the way that I want it to be. I also want you to submit your questions. If you guys have questions that you want answered about performing restaurant magic, please leave me a message on the Facebook fan page. Send me either a private message or I'll make a post about it where you can respond to right after this. But please leave me your questions and thoughts about it. If there's anything that hangs you up or confuses you about it, or anything that you're like, I'm not really sure about that. It seems like it should work this way, but does it really? Or, I want to know those things, because I can only anticipate your questions. But if you tell me your questions, I can, then I can actually formulate an intelligent response and include that in the lecture. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be great. I think what we're going to do is we'll probably do that as a Zoom call. So that means it's going to be limited to 100 participants. I don't know if we'll have that many people interested in it, but that's the limit. That's the limit of what I can do. So I know I could pay for more for whatever, but at some point it becomes prohibitive cost-wise for me to do it. I would be losing money on it, and I have to try to make some money on it. So hopefully that'll be, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it happens sooner than later. Also, the TAOM is still on right now. It is full swing. There's no plans on canceling it. It's all the way in Labor Day, September, so we've still got a little while. So if you guys are still wanting to come to that, if you're interested in that, if you don't know about it, let me tell you a little bit about it. TAOM stands for Texas Association of Magicians. It is a very large magic convention and club, and they have about a 3 or 4 day weekend every year over Labor Day weekend, where magicians from all over the country all over the world really come and getting this convention. It's not as large like, say, Magic Live or something like that, but it's a pretty healthy convention. This is the workshop convention, so it's all about improving your craft and about workshopping your magic. I am one of the featured performers for TAOM 2020, which is really exciting. I'm in the professional close-up show, doing mentalism, which should be really fun. And about 15 minutes of a set, so you'll get to see about 15 minutes of my performance there. And then I'm going to be hanging out during the whole convention. I'm going to be hanging out at the hotel the whole time. It's in Fort Worth, so it's about an hour away from where I live. I plan to be there nearly the whole time, as much as it possibly can be. I'll be hanging out in the lobby with all the other magicians, shooting the crap and just talking shop and whatever. So if you live anywhere near Fort Worth, Texas, or if you want to make the trip out here, please go take a look at TAOM and make sure you register at enough time and come hang out. It'll be really fun. It'll be something special. So just letting you know, and I'll be there. Oh, guys, hold on a second. I got to switch out my battery. This sucks, but I'm running these off batteries and it's about to die. Hang tight. Be back in like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Okay, perfect. I think we're back. We're back. Everything's working. Okay. I'm not used to switching out batteries. There is a way to get continuous power to the camera, so I don't have to worry about that. But it's they're not even that expensive. Like if you get a third party one, they're like 25 or 30 bucks or something. But they take like a month to ship, and I'm just like, who's got time for that? I don't got time for that. I don't want to buy something and get it a month later. What is this, Wish? You know. So, I mean, I could buy Canon's proprietary one, but it's like 80 bucks. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to spend 80 bucks for a continuous power plug on But, if you guys can bear with that, that's my stopgap solution until I can get a continuous power solution. I think it's worth it for the video quality. I'm missing some messages and such things that, is there anything addressed to me when I was gone? I want to make sure I'm missing or not missing anything. Oh, geez, all the Star Wars stuff. You guys are doing it to me. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Yep. Okay. So... William Reed, any tips for booking follow-up gigs from clients? Thank you. I wouldn't have caught that if I wasn't reading. I'll just thanks for joining us, Reed. Thanks for joining us. Let me say that first. And if you guys have anything you want to direct towards me, please use the @themagicminute so that way it's highlighted and I can see it and everything. Otherwise, I'm just lost in a sea of comments and I can't tell who's who, and I'll just be sitting here reading this the whole time. William Reed, any books or any tips for booking follow-up gigs from clients? Yes. Yes. Okay, you probably want me to elaborate on that. Here's what you do. You do a good job. You do better than a good job. Whenever you do your show, You know, if you're just showing up to the show and you're doing what every other magician does, you know, magicians think it's a big deal to tell the client that they'll show up early and all that stuff. No, nobody cares about that. I mean, yes, they want you to show up early, but that's already expected by you saying that. That's not you adding something extra. That's not you standing out. That's just doing what you're expected to do in the first place as hired entertainers. So that's not a thing that you're doing for them. So show up, do a really, really over the top good job. Really pay attention to what their needs are, and fill those needs however it is humanly possible for you to anticipate. It's all we're service and hospitality industry, right? Think about yourself as service and hospitality. You ever been to like a really nice hotel and you were just blown away at how thoughtful they were? Somehow they found out what your favorite candy was and they left that candy on your pillow or whatever it is, right? But going that extra mile will go a long way towards standing out, and then staying in touch. No, like a lot of magicians, what they do, or a lot of just business people in general, they'll go, okay, well, I sold them the thing, done. You know, time to go find another one. You know, there's a rhyme here. What is it? It's make new friends, but remember the old. One is silver, the other is gold. Something like that. You know, if somebody's already gone through all of the stuff, all of the emotional effort and logistical effort of hiring you for the first time, that's no small feat to get somebody from going not knowing you to being convinced that they want to give you large sums of money for your thing. They've already been convinced of that. As long as you can maintain a goodwill with them and you can provide extreme value. Value does not mean being cheap. Value means getting a lot for your money, right? You could say, for instance, an iPad. An iPad is a good value, at least in my opinion. Not everybody perceives value the same way. For me, an iPad is a good value because it's a tool that allows me to do a lot of things that I use here on this channel. A lot of stuff. All my thumbnails are created on this, and I use special apps and all kinds of stuff for that with the pencil. And for me, this is a good value. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. These are expensive, but it is a good value because it solves a problem for me. So, think about solving problems and then stay in touch with the people, right? And I don't mean like 10 months later, shoot them an email and, say, hey, you booked me last year. Would you like to bring me back this year? No. Send them a thank you card after the show. Send them a thank you card, letting them know how much you appreciated being a part of their event. And then be sincere in this. And then stay in touch with them. Give them a phone call, an email, visit them in person. Remember their birthday. Remember their anniversary. Remember their kid's birthday. Send them cards. Whatever. Show that you care. That they're not just somebody that gave you money one time to do a show. You're not building a relationship with them, and that's the thing. The thing is you can really build up a nice, rich clientele of people who become your friends over time, and that's a much better way to work than just constantly trying to find that next gig. So that's what I would tell you, Will. I don't know if that helped you, if that answered your question, but that's what I would tell you, my friend. I hope that was helpful. Yes. So, what else did I want to talk about? So, TOM, the restaurant lecture, I think those are the big things I wanted to talk about. If anybody has any questions for me specifically, please use the @ symbol so I know that you're wanting to address me specifically and I can answer your questions. Oh, God, you guys are really killing me with this Star Wars stuff. I'm not looking at the comments. Will, you're the best, man. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for the question. I really appreciate that. I got to stay away from these Star Wars comments because I'm going to get sucked in. let's talk about Star Trek. Let's talk about Star Trek. Star Trek. Have you guys seen Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard? I want your thoughts on those because they're controversial. Those are controversial. If you grew up watching The Next Generation or the original series, and then you're looking at the timeline for Discovery, or you're looking at Picard, and you're going, oh, this is what happens after Data dies and all that stuff. Spoiler alert: Data dies. They're running both of those timelines. They're beloved franchises. I'm waiting for them to start maybe doing something with DS9. I think that would be cool. If they do it right. I'm trying to enjoy them. I watched all of Picard that's out, and I didn't hate it, but it does feel different. It's not, if you're going into Picard looking for engage, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get 47-year-old Patrick Stewart on the bridge of the Enterprise. That's not what you're getting. You're getting an older Patrick Stewart, which is he's the best he's ever been, but it's a different thing because now you're looking at him as an old man and dealing with his age and how that affects his ability to be that man of action that he was at one point. And so in some ways it's natural and fitting and good and right, and in other ways it kind of messes with what you have as far as canon in your head, because you see Star Trek the original or the Next Generation, and it's consistently forever and ever committed to film, and he will be in that series perpetually the age that he was, doing the things that he was, and so it kind of messes with that a little bit whenever he comes back. But it's still good, and I think they do a really great job with finally giving closure to Data's death and giving it an appropriate, correct, finishing coda on it. So I did appreciate that. Star Wars is better. I think they're just different, said. They're not the same thing. Star Wars is sci-fantasy. Star Trek is science fiction. There's a difference. It's like saying Lord of the Rings is better than Star Trek. Like they're you can't compare them. They're totally different. They're not even the same thing. So, Lord of the Rings is good for high fantasy. Star Trek is good for science fiction. I don't know. I don't think you can compare them. The next gen. Yeah, the next generation. I stopped watching Star Trek after the unaired pilot. I imagine you're probably talking about Discovery. It gets more interesting. One thing that I found, I'm not all the way through everything I haven't seen everything there is in Star Trek Discovery yet. I am about halfway through the second season, so there's more for me to see and to formulate my opinion in its totality. I am talking without just on my impression right now, not having all the information. I liked a lot of it. I thought they brought some things in an interesting direction. I thought the spore drive was interesting. The things I don't like about it is the writing a bit. There are moments where they're supposed to be very dramatic, like some character is meeting their end. They're about to die, and everybody's kind of like around them is kind of like accepting this is going to happen, okay, and trying to realize the emotion of the moment. And then what happens is they get almost there, and then somebody goes, hey, wait a minute, you could do a thing where you dippy doop, and then they're totally fine, and then it's okay, and then there's drama again, because like, is the thing gonna work? Are they actually going to come back to life? And then they, of course they do. And so like, there's actually no real consequences for actions. Do I want to see all the characters die? No, this isn't the Red Wedding. But do I want to see more emotional weight given time to breathe before somebody pulls out the technobabble thing that makes all this stuff okay. And they do that like every single episode. It feels like it's formulaic. Like in every episode, they have to have some kind of moment like that, but they never give it a moment to breathe and really feel, important. And so I also have to forgive that because you have to remember well, maybe some of you don't, but in the next generation, it wasn't until like season 3 or 4 before the show started getting good. If you watch the first 2, 3 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, you have rose-colored glasses now. Maybe when you look back at those episodes, but they're really not that good. The acting is very wooden, and there's no chemistry between the actors. The stories are kind of just they're weird. Like Deanna Troi gets pregnant with some kind of light alien thing and has a baby that grows up, from birth to adulthood in a matter of a day or something, and like all these weird. Like it's like what are you? What is this stuff? And so like it wasn't really till several seasons in before it started to pick up its pace and its stride. And so we're still very early into Star Trek Discovery, and I want to give it time to breathe and mature. And I think that you can give it the benefit of the doubt because arguably the most beloved franchise in all of Star Trek-ness is The Next Generation for a lot of people, and it took a while to get going. So let's see. Tea is Earl Grey hot. That's the only way to drink tea, guys. Tea, Earl Grey hot. Cedric has sent me a design. All right. Fabulous. Is that what all these pinging things I'm getting? My phone is going off. My tablet's going off. I will make it clear for submission. We are live streaming. Roth Games liked my thing. Roth, are you here? Roth Games, are you here? Because I saw you liked my Twitter message about the live stream, but I don't see it here, Roth. Give you a hard time. He came to my last one. He's a good dude. I like him. Said I'm looking at your design right now. I'm looking at it. Look, it's so cool. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look. There's Sed's design of the T-shirt. There's his submission. There is his submission. Hi. It's kind of surreal to be looking at this, and then the internet is cool. It blows me away sometimes. Like maybe I'm old because I'm going, oh yeah, that internet is that's a thing, right? Those are what the kids are doing these days, spending playing them four nights at Freddy nights, where they battle royale with the, I'm not that bad, but I don't know how to use all the things anymore. You know what I'm infinitely fascinated by. I know how to watch TikTok, but I don't know how to really engage with it in a very deep, rich way. I still don't understand Snapchat. I still don't understand Snapchat. I'm old. Perhaps I'm old. So, if we're talking about straight to DVD releases of DC animated films, you need to see the Flashpoint Paradox. That's the one you got to see. Flashpoint Paradox. It is awesome. You got to see it. Flashpoint Paradox. I'm writing it down in the please, people, go see it. It is so good. Flashpoint Paradox. Flashpoint Paradox. DC animated film. It's so good. It's so good. You gotta see it. Cedric sent another photo of you. Photo. Oh, he's looking at me, looking at him. Look at that. I wonder how long we can keep that going. That's hilarious. He said, there you are. That's my friend said there. Looking at me, looking at him, looking at me. It goes on forever, infinity and beyond. Guardians 2 is a lazy attempt to bring back the same humor and wit of Guardians. You know what sucked? Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Man, you guys are... Why don't you talk about what you like? It's easy. It's easy to crap on stuff. But it's a lot harder to say nice things about stuff. You know. If you notice, it's really easy. Like if you go on Yelp, it's really easy to find a bad review. It's a lot harder to find a good review of a place because people are motivated by anger to write something. Write some kind of thing. But it's a lot harder to find somebody who will take the time to write something nice, which is a constant struggle if you were trying to get reviews of your business up on social media. You know, yeah. So, yeah, Flashpoint Paradox. It's awesome. You got to see it. You got to see it. It's very good. It's so cool. Really, really enjoy it. I bought it on DVD. I have it. I love it. Enjoy it. You want to talk about the best sci-fi series that never got a chance? And that is... See if you can guess. See if you can guess what my favorite sci-fi series of all time is. I'll give you a... I don't know what I'll give you. I'll give you a funny dance. I'll give you a funny dance. Bet you can't guess what the best sci-fi series of all time was. And it's unfortunate because it was really good and it ended after one season. Thanks, Fox. That was a big hint. That was a big hint. Firefly. Firefly was the coolest series. I loved the characters. They had instant chemistry. It was funny. It was witty. It was rugged and raw, and kind of looked at. It was like it was like a space western, and it was great, and I loved it. And then it poofed, and it was very sad. The Jetsons. How old do you think I am? How old? No, that was it was the I was thinking of, guys, if I get my beard long enough and I start wearing glasses, check this out. I got something. I want to show you something I realized the other day. If I pull up a picture of this distinguished gentleman, if I get glasses, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Check this out, guys. I'm only a pair of glasses and a little bit longer beard away from being Eugene Berger. Wonderful. Oh, man. May he rest in peace. I was a great fan of that man, and I was fortunate enough to get to meet him at Austin College a number of years ago. I still love he has a Restaurant Magic lecture out that was like published in like 1984 or something. He's got like a, lecture notes, and I have them. And I love his whole approach and his writing style. He's very funny, very witty, very lighthearted, funny, just cool guy. And I'm so sad he's gone. And I wish I would have got to know him better. I had his phone number. I was always too scared to call him. I've learned my lesson. But can you see it? If I just wear the glasses, right? Get some glasses going. See if I got some. I don't have any glasses. But you can see it, right? The beard's just a little bit longer, a little whiter, right? And then I just, I'm already thinning it. I could grow it on the sides. So I can grow it on the sides, and I can go as Eugene Berger for Halloween. Wonderful. Love Eugene Berger. What a bright light in the world of magic. Something we all needed. We needed that voice. And I mean literally and figuratively. I watched Joker and I actually liked it. I liked it. I thought it was I enjoyed it. I at AMS I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with you on that about the Joker. I don't think the message was forced. I think that, in fact, I think the interpretation by a lot of people was that it was very open ended and that you could really interpret it a number of different ways. You know, there was the idea of when did his madness take over completely, and how much of the film that you're watching is his delusion versus reality. Because you find, Arthur Fleck is such a quiet individual and so reserved that did he really break so much that he completely changed his character towards the end of the film? Or was it his fantasy world that he was living in where he could act out in those ways that he could never do in real life? And you don't know. I mean, there really is some ambiguity there about, there are a number of ways to interpret that. And I don't know. I don't think it was very forced. I think it was. Do I think it was an accurate depiction of mental health? No. Do I think it was an interesting film that was very unlike other things that we've seen in the for? I mean, how often does a villain get his own film? And how often do you get to see an origin story for the Joker? You don't. So I thought from that perspective, it was interesting, and it was a more mature take on the genre. I think I would put it up there with not as good, mind you, not as good, but taking the literature and the mythology of a character and celebrating it on film. Without restriction, very much in the spirit of something like Wolverine. Now, I think Wolverine kicks the crap out of the Joker as far as films go, but I think that somebody taking what used to be considered kiddie material or whatever, and really looking at it and giving it a deep appreciation and a hard look, and the respect it deserves. I think that was really cool. That is rare. Um, let's see. I got another one. Cedric sent him the magic minute. You guys are slacking. You guys got till the end of the month. But send me your designs. I want to see them. The winner gets a free gets a cool prize pack. Okay, that's the thing that's happening. That's Cedric's latest one. Love it. Said if you could please post these on the Facebook forum, that would be really helpful. I want to leave them up for public review. I want everybody else to see each other's designs. I think that would be add to the fun a little bit. So if you would please leave those up on on facebook.com/the Magic Minute Official, that'd be lovely. But thanks for sending them to me here too, so we can get a quick look at them. I'm liking this. I want to see a video of Wolverine doing the dance and song number from The Greatest Showman. I bet you with deep fakes you could make that happen. You could definitely make that happen. All you'd have to do is add some gloves and give him the hair, and you could definitely do that. That'd be, I think you could do that. AMS, I think you're right though, but I have to agree with that. But I think the Joker, or I think Joker was admittedly heavily influenced by a Scorsese film. I can't remember the name of it, but it had what's his face in it? I think it was Robert De Niro. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and you know who we'll never see again? Movie based off of Joker movies based off of Scorsese. Will Reed, thank you for following me, my friend. The King of Comedy. Yeah. So yeah, there is. I mean, and I think that was openly admitted by the producers, director, whatever, of Joker, that it was that the whole ending part of that film was very heavily inspired by The King of Comedy. If you've ever seen that film, you'll kind of go, these are straight rip-offs of the same thing. But I think that was intentional. It was admitted openly. Yep. Taxi. Yeah, a lot of Taxi Driver too. Yep. Oklahoma. Surrey with the fringe on top, right? When I'm out in my Surrey with the fringe on top. Yo, Oklahoma. Just a little north of me. Yeah, he's great and everything. He's awesome. Hugh Jackman's great. I just wish he would do a Deadpool movie. I just wish he would do a Deadpool. What are you gonna do? You know what, guys? Let's see here. We are sitting at an hour 18. We've been hanging out for a good long while. Couple things. I think I'm gonna wrap it up and call it a night. It's getting pretty late. Got to get the baby in here in the bassinet. I'm sure my sweet dear wife is tired and wants to go to bed, and I'm hogging the whole bedroom to myself. So, please, if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, you've been watching all this time, you obviously like something we're doing here, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon. I had a subscriber the other day, Japanese Flea, who said, "Oh, I had to hit the bell icon. I didn't realize that when I was subscribed, I didn't hit the bell icon. I've been missing a bunch of your videos." So make sure you got the bell clicked, and please leave this video a like. That helps me out with my YouTube algorithm. Lets YouTube know that you like me, and that they should push my video out to more people. So, with that said, I am going to bid you all adieu and good evening, and thanks for being here with me tonight. I had a really great time. I hope you did too. And look out for this Thursday's video at noon, as usual. It's going to be a fun one, I think. I think you guys will like it. It's something a little bit different from me, but something that has been requested many times by several different individuals. And I think you'll like it. Guys, that's it. That's my thing. I'll see you soon. Oh, and hey, if this video doesn't post to YouTube right away, if you go back and try to watch it, I've been having problems with YouTube getting or uploading my live streams in a timely manner. It actually takes like 24 hours now or something. It used to just take it like about 10 or 15 minutes, but been having a lot of problems with that. So if you look for it later, it will show up eventually. But yeah, thank you guys. Good night. Love you all. Eat your vegetables. Go to bed on time. You can pick your friends. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.